very good evening and welcome to BCN News. New Member of Parliament-elect Richard Hipper has confirmed his intention to put forth his name for the premiership in the first sitting of the Assembly and says the election results indicate that people want change. In an interview with BCN News at his residence in Fualahi today, Hipper expressed his gratitude to the people of Niue.
Firstly, I would like to thank God first for his blessings on the elections, and also to humbly acknowledge with sincerity and being humble to thank the people of Niue for the prayers, not only for the prayers and those who pray for me, with me during my trip around Niue. Thank you the families who receive me into their homes and welcome me, and also share their views and discussions, and also sharing their points. And from the bottom of my heart, I humbly thank you all for the support, and also the support in my name being submitted into the elections, and the faith, and I believe the trust in the people needing or wanting to see change in the government, and largely also they emphasize on bringing integrity and honesty and respect to the House of Parliament. So that I was most heartened, encouraged, warmth, and I knew I shared that with the people, because for me, the principles of my working life has been honesty, integrity, and that has guided me through all my working life in serving the people of Niue. As for the results of the elections, totally overwhelming, shocked. We were outside, the family, we were watching the results coming in. It was there, but no one expected for me to top the polls. So it took us quite a while. Nobody yelled, nobody shouted, just thank God and pleased, happy about the results. It was overwhelming.
Hipper, who served as a Secretary of Government in 2008 during Sir Toke Talangi's leadership till 2017, says he was shocked that he topped the polls as a newcomer in Saturday's general election.
I would like to acknowledge Sir Toke Talangi for the work that he did as Premier of Niue. There has been some really good developments under Sir Toke's leadership. So I would like to acknowledge him and wish him well also in good health, and the family. With regards to the premiership, I believe from the results on Saturday, people want change. And I believe people have faith in myself and trust in myself, and I believe that is the change the people need. Not only myself, but there are also new people elected into the government. Like I said, I'm very humbled to be in a position topping the polls. That is, to me, a mandate given by the people in their faith and their trust. At this point in time, I believe people are lobbying, politicking, going around lobbying for a premiership position. My view on that is that the platform for me is putting peoples and family first. Let us not get away from that objective to play the power-hungry game at this point in time. For me, it's not what I need. I need to focus on a team that have concerns, a team that have visions for the future, a team that I believe will be formed on the basis of honesty, integrity, to lead the country. I may not be haven't been in Parliament before, but my experience and what I know being in Cabinet for the 9 years, that is politics at the highest level. I know the mechanisms of government. I have a very good understanding of foreign matters, foreign policies. I've chaired many regional important meetings. I've made part of the team that made recommendations for the leaders, firm leaders, the SPC, and have been recognized and acknowledged as a senior ambassador and a contributor to not only national but regional international developments.
Hipa spent 8 days visiting villages around the island, talking to families about issues concerning them and what changes they wish to see brought about. He believes the people value his work record and experiences, and that his consultative method of campaign played an important factor to gaining the greatest number of votes. If elected as Premier, Hipa says he will serve diligently with honesty and integrity, which are values he says have been the backbone of his career life. He also acknowledged outgoing Premier Sir Toke Talangi, who lost his seat, ending his 12-year reign, for his services to Niue, and wished him well for good health. Hipa was asked on whether he will align himself with a caretaker government or form a new government.
I went into the elections as an independent person, a candidate. My hope and wish is that a new government is established. A government with people with integrity, knowledge, and dedicated to taking this country forward in the best possible manner. If elected, I will keep my promise that I will work honestly and diligently. There is a lot of things to look at going forward. So without preempting, but I know that the challenge, there are others who wanted to be Premier, but I believe the mandate, and this is very, very serious also, that candidates should look at the election results, especially the Common Roll, because it was a challenging poll, 26 candidates, and to come out on top of those polls indicates that people needs change. And I think I am, humbly speaking, the people who are looking at to lead the country. But I speak with honesty based on the results on Saturday. But also I think people believe in me looking at my work record and how I behaved, worked, respect all through these years.
The seat for Mutala was decided this afternoon and drawn out of a hat at the Public Service Building. The drawing this afternoon was presided over by the Commissioner of the Niue High Court, Des Hipa. This is the second time for the Mutalau seat to be determined by the drawing out of a hat.
What has happened here today is a recount, and under the law, I was to apply to the judge of the court for a recount, which I have done, and the Chief Justice has issued an order for the recount to be undertaken today, and we have done that recount, and the votes for the Mutalau Village Member of Parliament remains the same at 26 each, and so a determination by lot needed to be made. So 2 names were written down on a piece of paper and put into the hat, and 1 name was drawn out, and the name that was drawn out was for Makaseo Yawani. So he is now the duly elected member for the village assemblyman for Mutalau.
Veteran politician and MP-elect Terry Koh says he's disappointed with the election results. Terry Koh came in 6th place, gaining 347 votes in Saturday's general election.
I did well in all the villages, and then Lopi South I've dropped by at least 20 votes, and so that was a bit disappointing onto there, but otherwise I'm very pleased to get in.
He says that he is disappointed that there are no nominations for a female Speaker of Parliament.
Well, I think there are, by the sounds of them all, they want a man. And they want someone who's qualified as, but that's not a necessity. And we've never had a qualified Speaker. We've had a senior person who's got a good standing in the community. And I believe there's a woman out there that can do that job. I've spoken to 3 females, women, and they would like to get in. And if the majority are going to select a man, well and good. But as I say, it's time for a change, and we should have a woman in there.
Coe says he will not contest the next election as he will be retiring from politics.
Oh yes, I have to make it public this time, and I've done it a few times. This is my last innings in the Parliament, and when the next one comes around, I'll be 80 years old, so I'm out. I'm retiring, and that's my last session, this session here.
The Office of the Clerk of the Assembly has confirmed that the opening of the 17th Legislative Assembly is tentatively set for Wednesday next week, the 10th of June. The election of the Speaker takes place first before any other business in the first meeting of the Assembly. The Speaker will be voted into office by an absolute majority of the 20 members. In the history of the Fono Ekepule, the Speaker has always been someone from outside the elected 20 members of the Assembly. The opening of Parliament or the first meeting of the Assembly is when the 20 members elect will take their oath of office. The members may choose to take their oath in either Vanghau Niue or in English. After the members have all taken their oath, the Speaker will proceed with the election of the Premier. Once the Premier is elected, he or she will have 7 days to inform the Speaker of their nominations of the 3 members to form the Cabinet of Ministers. The Premier will also inform the Speaker of the nominations of 4 members assisting ministers, commonly known as MAMs. And finally, there are over 20 criminal cases pending with the cancellation of the March hearing due to COVID-19. Some of these cases are traffic offences and some are of more serious charges, including the case of one male who pleaded guilty to 2 charges of sexual assault with maximum penalty of up to 10 years imprisonment and 1 fraud case. The individual charged pleaded guilty earlier this year and is expected to reappear for sentencing later this month. Meanwhile, the 20-year-old male charged with rape remains in custody after he was denied bail at the bail hearing last Friday. His next court appearance will be on Thursday, 25th June, where he's expected to enter a plea. The police are still investigating and have said that further charges are likely in this case. And that's it, BCN News for this evening. Thank you for watching. Do join us same time tomorrow. Until then, have a good evening.